This training includes step-by-step instructions for completing the New England Apparel Club Exhibitor online fillable contract. So step one, you're going to open your internet browser and type in the website domain name. So I'm going to go to the top here and type I'm in all caps, www.neacshow.com. And so it's going to open to the home page of the NEAC website. You'll notice that we've added a new section to the menu called Show Applications. And you can get to it by either clicking the little picture there icon, or you can click Show Applications. It's going to open this page that says Guest Area. Please enter the password below. The Exhibitor contract is password protected, so you're going to need to type in the password here. It is all caps with no spaces, NEACJAN19. That is NEAC Jan 19, and that is most likely going to change each show, and so you're going to get notified of that from the executive team. So after you type the password in, you press go, and it takes you right into the exhibitor contract. And it's the complete show applications, so most of the page is going to be your exhibitor contracts, but if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, just for a little sneak preview here, you'll see your additional items forms are here as well. And so you can complete your Royal Plaza electrical contract, your capital equipment contract, and also your ad contract, so you can purchase space in the directory. So I'm going to scroll back up to the top here. And I recommend that you start from the top and go all the way through the spreadsheet in this order. Some questions may change below based on your answers above. So this first question, right now we only have the Marlboro show. We're going to eventually add the satellite shows here, so you're going to want to make sure that you answer that question in the future. Which show would you like to register for? So it's already selected here as the default. Next section is exhibitor information. Please supply the information you would like published. So member name, that would actually be just your name. So make it Paula Saunders. Member company name. So this is not one of the lines that you represent. This is your actual company name. So whatever you use, you enter that there, and if you don't use anything else, you can just leave it blank. So I'm going to include Fashion Fix here. Address, this is the address that you would want in all of the marketing materials that NEAC publishes. And again, type it as you would want it to show. If you use a P.O. box, you can also use the P.O. box here. And I am in Englewood. And I'm tabbing through all of these. It's just the easiest way to get to the next cell. You can click through if you prefer. And so now my cursor is in the office phone number. You just type in the numbers. You don't have to do spaces or dashes or any sort of symbols. It's going to just format it for you if you just type the number. Same thing with the fax number and the cell phone number. Now your email address is probably one of the most important fields in the document. So you want to double check that and make sure you type your email address correctly. It's going to send you confirmation that your contract was received. It's also the address that your receipt is going to go to for your payment. And website. This is for your website only. So if you have a website, you would enter your web address here. We're going to go into line listings. Category. Select the category of the area you want your booth to be in at the show. So if you click into this area here, you're going to see all of the categories for the show. And whichever one has the check mark is the one that you're saying you want to be in. So if I want to be under swimwear, I click on swimwear and it changes to swimwear. I'm actually sportswear. Anything that's a required field has a red star beside it. And so if you get to the bottom of the form and it says that it's detected some errors, you scroll up and see what required field you haven't filled in and fill that in, and then you should be able to complete your contract. So line name number 1. My first line name is Semi Precious Jewels. And the next question is line number 1, description. Enter a brief forward description. And I'm going to say made in the USA, semi precious jewelry. So it doesn't literally have to be 4 words, but it's got to be brief. Line number 1 category, it is accessories. And this is where you can choose all that apply. So I'm accessories, I'm also made in the USA, so I'm going to click that as well. And I'm just going to make up a few other lines here too. So coat and the line description would be fun and funky jackets and sweaters. And the category, let's see, these will be outerwear. It might be suits or jackets. It's also sportswear. But you do have the ability to include all of your lines that you rep, but you don't need to put your line in more than once. If there's not a line, if you have 2 lines, you just leave 3, 4, and 5 blank. If you have more than 5, when you start typing in line number 5, you'll notice that additional lines show up. Okay, so I'm just going to delete that because we don't need that space. So next area is booth size. Booth size or fee. Single booths are approximately 8 foot by 10 foot. Choose your size. So if you click in this area, you're going to have all of the booth size options that you can choose from. I'm going to choose double. For my double, let's see, I know I want to get 2 tables. I'm going to have 8 chairs. Assistant registration. Each exhibitor is allowed booth assistants at no fee per day based on the size of the booth as follows. How many additional assistants do you need? Choose the number in addition to the no fee quantity by booth size. So I have a double, so I get 2 assistants, but I want to have 1 additional, maybe 2 additional assistants. And they're $40 each. So if I have 2 additional assistants, that adds $80 to my total. If maybe I'm like, okay, I'll just do 1 additional assistant. So then I have 3 assistants. Assistant full names separated by a comma. So you click in this area, just delete the pre-populated content there. And I'm going to make my first assistant James Smith, my second assistant Amber Dodd, and my third assistant that I just paid for, Bob Jones. So just separate them by a comma. Manufacturer sales manager registration. Will anyone that fits this criteria be attending the show? I'm going to say yes. Manufacturer, sales manager, or territory rep name include full name dash line name slash title separated by a comma. So for our purposes, I'm going to just say I have somebody representing both companies that's going to be there. I'll say Alan Jeeves, and he is from Semi Precious Jewels, and he's a territory rep, comma. I've also got someone coming from Coterie, and so that'll be Tanya Ambrose and she is from Coat E, and she's a sales manager. Okay, and then I'm just going to click out of that cell. So now, do you want to pay now or later? If you say I'll pay now, it says how many will attend of those people, and there were 2, so I'm going to say 2, and it adds $400 because they're $200 each to my total. Special notes. Is there anything that we need to know? Type any special request. So please place my booth near Nancy. Application guidelines. So this is where if you want to read through the guidelines, they're here. This is the same show rules and regulations that have existed in the past. They're just in e-format now. So then I click, I have read and agreed to abide by the show rules and regulations. Say I don't have the card with me, or I want to pay for it later. I don't want to miss the deadline, but I definitely want to save the link and pay later. You click Save for Later, and you get this page. So again, you're going to get that email copy of this link. So if you want to leave this page open and just double check your email until the link comes through, then that's great. If you have a great place where you save all your passwords in a notepad or a Word document, highlight this link, and on a Mac, you're going to hit Command C to copy the link, and then go into that file, Word file, notepad, click, and then when you see your cursor highlighted in that file, Command V, and this link should appear there. For a PC, it's Control C and Control V. Just say I had gone to do something else and now I'm using that link to come back in and complete my contract. So then open your internet browser, put your cursor in the browser area, do Control V, and press enter. And it's going to take you to your contract. So again, you can go back through and see what you've already auto-populated. All my stuff is there, and I want to do complete contract. Some complete purchase. And this is the checkout page. And so you'll notice that my email is here. This is what cannot change. It's the only thing that auto-populates, and it's the way that the credit card processing system attaches your payment to your order. So it's important to keep that the same as it was before. The rest of this is just my, payment data for that credit card. So it doesn't have to be the address that I used in the form. It has to be the address that is my billing address for my card. If you've used Square before, you should be comfortable here. The name on the card number, the card details, the CVV, which is 3 digits for a Visa card, 4 digits for American Express, and the billing zip code. And then you click Place Order. Thank you for using the form. Thank you for participating in the show.